Yeah, guys, we've had a pretty lucky winter. I only had to use this tractor once, and I really didn't have to, but I wanted to. Well, you'll see it in the yard. Maybe, I don't even know. I took the tractor out just to backblade some trails or paths through the yard a little bit, so the boys had some solid and dry ground. Well, not so much dry, but some ground with no snow on it that they were able to walk on and get out of the snow if they wanted to. Other than that, I didn't use it for the driveway or anything this year. We didn't really have any snow. We had one storm that dropped about 8 to 10 inches on us, and I mean, it was almost gone 2 days later. This is the hole. Now, there's a lot of brush in here that I threw in through the course of the last summer because I really didn't know what to do with it at the time. But what I'm going to do is take this and just use it as some type of trash fill. Basically not trash, but take this and put it on the other property, on the other side of the fence. And then I'll just gradually cover it over, and as it rots, I'll just continue to cover it and cover it with dirt. And this here way, I'll have my hole back. So I was thinking of putting that truck body down in this hole. This way I can pull this tractor in just like I did, but it would be in that truck body. So it would be protected from the elements, other than the cold, but it wouldn't have the snow and the rain and all that kind of stuff on it. And then cover it right over. Basically fill in around it and fill in over it, and support it naturally, the top, so that it doesn't cave in. But at that point, just cover it over, and that's it. Now the other option is have a friend of mine come over and see what it would cost me to put a foundation in and get a foundation poured. I can clean up the edges a little bit. They keep filling in, and that's what happens. So clean up the edges. I only need it maybe double the width of this tractor, which would not be a big deal, as you can see. Just squaring it off basically. Let me get this off. Hold on. There. So basically just cutting in and squaring it off, and put a wall up over there, and then another one up over there. Probably about 5 feet in, drop a wall, and about another 5 feet on this side, drop a wall. Drop another wall back there, like a foundation type wall, and then gradually just level it out, and then I'm done. And if I want to build on it, I can. Or just bring the truck body over here. If I can find somebody that knows how to operate a flatbed, and your typical tow truck driver doesn't always know how to operate a flatbed unless he's had a lot of experience out there. Because you're going to have to be able to know how to use it this way as well as this way and this way. And it's actually easy. If I had a flatbed, or if I was able to rent one, I would do it myself. I haven't even checked. I wonder if there's a place around someplace where I can rent a flatbed so I can pull a car up on it. There may be. I'd have to look. A couple $100, I rent one for the day. I put it over here and do it myself. I don't have to depend on anybody. If my brother was still in Connecticut, he moved to Florida, he'd have a flatbed and I'd just use his. Alright, let's start this up and go back up. It may be hard to tell just how far down I am. I'm sitting on the tractor and well, on one side I can't see over at all, on the other side I can barely see over. So, again, depending on where I'm at, depending on how deep it is. But it's at least, the lowest part is about 17 feet, the highest is about 15. Someday I got to get that cleared up. I got a tree up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. You see that tree that's laying down? The root system is over here. Yeah. I've been taking away a little bit at a time, but I have to watch what I do, because if I take away too much, the root system is going to fall and take the fence down. So I have to start rigging it once I start cutting more of it up so that I can pull it. I may be to a point where I can pull it with a pulley system with the tractor, but that root system was heavy, and it's been that now for 2 or 3 years, so it may have lost a lot of its weight over that time, but again, it's heavier than it looks. And this tractor, I don't think, has the balls or the weight behind it to really pull it. But if I use maybe a 4-point pulley system, I might be able to get it. But that's my rock. Eventually I want to get this fence around all that and around over there, because I got, well, you guys seen the property before, but here, I'll take you for a quick walk. Hold on. I need the exercise anyway. Boys hang and play on that. Batteries, they gotta go to the scrap yard. This is going to be a fence post, or a light post, with a bunch of lights to cover the whole yard once it's done. So instead of having a bunch of lights and light posts all over the place, I'll just have one. This one I've already pulled out. Those wires are dead. Down here I got to get rid of all this, because this was just temporary, and get rid of these lights. Again, these will all be on that. There's that hole. Now I'm sure that this isn't giving me or giving you the actual feeling of the depth of what it is, but that's the hole. And again, this here, eventually I want to get this fence around all this, because again, this is all mine, or ours. And this is all ours. So once we get it cleaned up, there's another tree over there that came down. Now that one I think is on the other guy's property, but if not, that'll be a good burn for next year. One down here came down, that'll be a good burn. And this is all fenced in, and all that down there is ours. All that. So what I was doing, every year I would add an extra 50 feet of fence. Now you may or may not be able to see the pole But if you look down there, there's a big tree, a tree with an angle, another tree, and another tree, smaller trees. Well, right next to that center tree, there's about a foot over, you'll see a pole back in the distance, a white pole. Well, that's a 6 foot tall fence post. It's in the ground 4 feet, and that's where the fence is actually going to come. And I got 6 feet coming off each end of it. So it's going to come down this way eventually and up that way. And the other side is going to follow the tracks and bring it all the way down and around that way. So this will all be fenced in eventually. Well, this is fenced in where I'm at right now anyway, but and here's the gate. I open the gate when I want to get the tractor down there. And I got to get all this crap out of here next. What the hell is that thing? Oh, it's an old wheelbarrow. Don't ask me about that trash. More birdhouses. There's 3 here. There's 1 in that stump that holds 2 families. But meanwhile, I had all this cleaned up back here at one time, as well as all this. I had all this cleaned up. This is all bamboo. All this bamboo that you see, all the bamboo that I am going to show you, that you see here, and all down there, and all over in here, which is real heavy, all started from 10 stalks, and individual stalks, and the stalks were between 18 inches and 4 feet. And this is all from that. Plus more. And now it's starting to grow out here. Fences don't stop bamboo, by the way. It likes to tunnel and then come up. Watch, within the next 6 weeks, this is going to be twice as much. I'll show it to you in 6 weeks. But if I do come across, this will all be fenced in. And that's what I want to do. Now, this is also all that same bamboo that came from those 10 original stalks. All this. Yeah. All of this. The boys like to play in it. They go hiding in through here and they kind of like sneak up on one another. They play war games in here. I used to be able to walk down in here, but apparently I can't get down there now. The snow bent them over. These will come back up. See if I can get in here. Jeez. Okay. Maybe not. Okay. Oops. Oh, jeez. Now, I don't know if you can see that white pole down there. Alright, that's the pole we were just looking at over there. If I bring this fence all the way down around here, there's another pole right there. And right back on the other side of this bamboo, there's a 6 foot fence. This part will all be 6 feet. And that's it. Now, I do get up in here with the tractor, believe it or not. I've been up here with the tractor. I've had all this cleaned. But, you know, the next thing you know, you start bringing things and throwing things over, thinking, well, okay, I'm just going to fill it in anyway, so I'll just cover it over. And that's what happens. So, okay, now Mr. T is walking around back here. Oh, there he is, over there. See him? I don't know if you can see him over there or not. But they come back here and play at 5 minutes. And it's a good noise barrier. It's a living fence, basically. And that's it. And this is all it here. And again, it's all started from 10 shoots. And you're not seeing it all, but believe it or not, it's all up in there, but not quite as heavy as this. But by the time the end of April comes along, that'll be filled in, because this adds up quick. It really does. These pieces, I'll have to trim them because they're actually broke off. So, and then I use them actually in the garden to hold up the plants. So, but that's that. That's the bamboo. The bamboo. And eventually that's my plan for the fence. And like I say, what I do is I pick up a 50-foot roll. In this case, it's going to have to be 100, 250s. Got to put 50 across the back, and then another 50 from that pole that I showed you in the middle up to that corner over there where I was just standing with the bamboo. Once that's done, this corner fence right here can come down. Then I can take this fence and bring it to the other side. Because I always have to keep it fenced in. Otherwise the boys will get out. So that's how that works. Oh, Lance. Yeah, you wandering around out here? You wandering around out here in the mud? Yeah. Yeah, it's nice out today, huh? Yeah. 63 degrees. Yeah. I'll probably get those batteries out of here this year. There's the other birdhouse. You won't even see this in the summertime. It's a 2-story with windows. It's kind of shabby looking, but it looks like it's in Chicago. So, but they still use it. They still sneak up inside here. Yeah, there's a nest in there still, and down in here. So they still get in there. That tree over there has a birdhouse in it as well. This used to be a something Japanese acorn tree or something, and it was big. And I cut it. I cut it off up there. Here's our water line. And I cut it off up on the top because, as you can see, all these branches were coming way the hell out, and we're getting these acorns all over the place with the pricks on them, and I didn't want them because the boys were stepping on them, and there's still some there, see them? So I cut it off, figuring it'd die. Well, it didn't die. It started growing more branches lower and producing acorns. But what I did was, on the top, I built a bird condo. There's 3 on this side, 4. Oh, here comes the train, guys. You may be lucky. I think there's a train coming. Yeah, it's coming from down this end. Is it a train? Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure. You know, originally when we bought the house, these tracks were lower, so far down that you're only able to see the roof of the train when it went by. Here comes the other one. Must be about 1 o'clock. That's the XL. That's the one that the kid jumped out in front of and laid on the track. Lost his head and his arm. But meanwhile, there's 3 on the bottom, there's 1 on the top there, which is actually separated, and I'll show you in a minute. And then there's another one there on the top and another one there. Those are bigger ones. Actually, the squirrels use a couple of these. I'm surprised that the birds and the squirrels share it. And over here, 1, 2, 3. And over on this side, it's the same as the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 1. So the ones on the top are bigger. See these prickly things? This is what I'm talking about. Anyway, and then there's 3 more behind the shed right there. You might be able to see them. There's a yellow one. Well, that yellow has 2 in there. There's another one below it that has 2. There's another one above it that has 1. And there's another one on the other side that has 1. And then on the top, on the front side of it, there's 3 more that have 3 and 4 each. Huh, guys? And that's not counting the ones next to the garage, on the garage, and the ones next to the kitchen window. The wife wants to, the ones on the garage are all heated. I'll show you those if I get a chance. The wife was asking if I can make a one out of Plexan, you know, like 1/2 inch thick, clear Plexan, so she can actually see them all the time. Now I can, but I don't think they would be happy about that. You know, they like to kind of settle and be cozy, I would think. Oh. All right, let's get out of here.